What's up, beautiful peeps, and welcome back to another episode of the Toni Show. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. You guys, let's just go ahead and jump right into what we're going to be talking about today. So, as you guys can see by the title, we are going to be talking about perfectionism, procrastination, and anxiety, and how all three of these things tie together and what is like the outcome of some of these things. So before we fully go into the topic, I think it would be good or helpful to just go ahead and define what these things are. So perfectionism is the idea or the need to appear perfect or to even believe that perfection is achievable or possible. Procrastination is the delaying or the postponing of an action, right? Anxiety is the feeling that you get when an outcome is undesirable. Excuse me, guys, I am a little bit nervous, so it's like I am over here looking at my notebook. But okay, so how do all of these things tie together now that we know what they are? So I think that the climate that we're in, especially with social media, we have definitely bought into the idea that we can have it all and we can be it all. And while it looks good on social media, the reality is in real life, it's just not working out like that. We have trials and tribulations and we have obstacles to overcome. And sometimes you're doing really good in one area and then you're declining in another. And then that thing can change. And, eventually we try to find some middle ground. The problem with perfection is, you have people and you look into their lives and, they're crossing all their T's, they're dotting their I's. I mean, their kids' lunch, they're making smiley faces with the vegetables and the fruits. I mean, every day that goes by, the person that goes to work and, they beat their face every day and they have the high heels. The reality is that's a lot to do to yourself. And that is a hard thing to upkeep or maintain. So what happens is eventually you just start getting tired and you become weary because you have bought into the idea that you can have it all and you can be it all. But the problem with perfectionism is you're not allowing yourself grace. So you can't even be an actual human because humans, we are flawed. And I hope that at this point in 2022, we understand that we are all flawed beings. So the reality is there's no way that you can be perfect. So trying to appear perfect, it might be nice to get some likes on YouTube or to get, likes on YouTube or any social media platform, right? Or to get compliments, whenever you're going out. But it really is not, I don't think it's a good trade-off for what it's going to do to your actual mental health, right? So let's talk about how perfectionism and procrastination go together. So since we know that procrastination is the action of delaying or postponing something, okay, so what is making us, postpone or delay something? Well, procrastination is really just a form of escapism, right? You have all these things that you want to do in your business, whether you're showing up as an awesome partner, an awesome mom, dad, whoever you are, and whatever you are to people. A lot of times we just need a break. So when you don't really allow yourself that break because you believe that you have to be perfect in any kind of way, what ends up happening is your body's going to take a break, right? So either you could give yourself a break or your body's going to take a break. And that's what happens with procrastination. So sometimes we'll have something to do and maybe we'll have a week to complete a project. When you have so many other things that you have to do and you're trying to be completely perfect, a lot of times when it comes to said project, you will wait to the last day because your body and your mind and your spirit really just needs a break. So what ends up happening is you can't even put your best foot forward towards this project. Now, we're not talking about being perfect. We're just talking about giving something your absolute best. So when you are trying to be perfect, the reality is one, that's never going to happen, right? But two, the outcome of that is procrastination, which means you're probably actually performing even lower than what you normally would if, gave yourself more grace and decided to give yourself a break and understand that, especially when you're trying something new, you're more likely than not going to be bad at it before you are good at it. It's like the whole concept of crawl before you walk. That's basically how these two things go hand in hand. So let's talk about how procrastination and anxiety, go hand in hand. So, anxiety is the feeling that you get when the outcome is undesirable. The feeling that you get when the outcome is undesirable. So if you are procrastinating on the project, like, for the example that we had earlier, if you're procrastinating on your project because you've been trying to be perfect and everything in life, what you end up doing is creating a very high level of anxiety. It's stress, it's turmoil, it's internal turmoil in your body. And sometimes people get so anxious that we completely shut down, right? So it's like you don't have the energy to perform at all. Or sometimes you'll see people have mental breakdowns, or you'll see people have panic attacks. Now, I do understand that panic attacks and mental breakdowns are not only caused by, perfectionism and procrastination anxiety, but these things are heavily linked together, you guys, heavily linked together. I am not a professional and I'm not a therapist. So this is just Google search, and these are the experiences that I've had in my life and things that I was also able to also other things I was able to see, with other people that were close to me. So you're probably asking yourself, well, okay, how can I fix procrastination, or how can I work on, my perfectionism personality trait? I think the first thing that you have to do is forgive yourself. I think we are so hard on ourselves for not being perfect while already understanding that we never will be. So it's like we kind of set ourselves up for failure. And I'm not judging you, because I definitely do it too in certain areas of my life. But allow yourself to mess up. And then when you allow yourself to mess up, don't beat yourself up for messing up. Then I think you'll have a lot more courage and a lot more self-esteem to do other things and understand that you can still perform well and it be flawed, right? Because perfection is, there's no flaws. And then the way that would help with your procrastination is you'll have more energy to actually do any projects or activities or any goals that you set out to do, because now your body is not so tense and you're not so stressed and you're not so hyped up on, oh my goodness, this isn't perfect, or oh my goodness, how is someone going to view me because they saw this flaw? Listen, that doesn't even matter. I think what matters is showing up. A lot of us, a lot of people don't even show up because of the perfectionism that is in our mind. So someone who's showing up and someone who isn't, it's like we can already see who's in first place, and you put yourself in first place just by giving yourself grace, right? So the way that can also help with your anxiety is if you understand that you're not going to be perfect, and that's what that is. You realize that you don't have to procrastinate on this project or this goal, because you understand that you probably will mess up along the way. And that allows you to breathe, and it allows you to be less anxious about the fact that you're going to show up in a way where people see you for who you really are. And that's okay if you're comfortable with who you really are, right? And you guys, that's really another topic for another day. But I would also like to say that when it comes to perfectionism and procrastination and anxiety, a lot of this either stems in either one of two directions. Either you have faith in yourself, or you're constantly doubting yourself. And I think the slippery slope when it comes to perfectionism is more people have doubt than they have faith. It's just dressed up in a way where you can't see it, but anyone who tries or appears to be perfect, it's like they already have so much doubt, because it's already understood that no one is perfect. So having faith having faith versus doubt, you're able to show up in a way where it's just like, I have faith in myself. I know that this is going to work. I have faith that I'm going to try my best, even if, other people might have opinions about it. And you guys, that's also another really big thing. You cannot be so stressed out about how someone else views you. I think one of my favorite quotes is, how other people feel about you is not your business. And it'll never be your business. And the reality is, if you really think about some of the ways that you feel about people, whether it's someone you like, whether it's someone you love, whether it's just someone that you work with, we all have light and dark feelings. So when you consider your own feelings, I think you can put yourself in a headspace where you're just like, do I really want to know every single thing that someone thinks about me? More than likely not.
More than likely not.
So, you guys, I'm not going to make this a long drawn out video. I just kind of wanted to come on here and, shed some light and possibly give some hope. I really hope I am, encouraging people to show up as their authentic selves, and not this picture perfect world that society and social media tries to throw on us. You guys, social media is not even real. These are reels, and these are highlights of people's highest moment. So if you are comparing someone's highest moment to your everyday life, you guys, it's I know all too well from experience, it's not a place that you want to be. So allow yourself some grace. Understand that you are going to make mistakes, and everyone around you makes mistakes, and it's okay. It really is okay. And hopefully that will make you less anxious, and that will make you, more confident to move through life and just be who you really are. So as always, I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. I love you. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.